guys, today is such an exciting day because we're going to be looking at my new collection for Moonshine Manny. This is a collection themed off of the Disney film Moana, and it's called the Wayfinder. There are 10 pieces in this collection, which is quite a bit more than I've ever released in a collection before, but I just had so much inspiration for this. I've been watching, my kids really have been watching this movie non-stop for months, and so there was just so many different polishes I wanted to create. So I actually put some creams in this collection, which you guys haven't seen from me yet. So we have 4 creams, we have a multi-chrome, we have 3 glitters, and 2 linear holographics. So we're going to do live application style just as we do with everything on my channel so that you can really see how these apply before you purchase. They are already available on my website, moonshinemanny.com. It's always linked in the description bar in my video, but I will list it right here for you in case you've never gone to go check it out. And one really exciting thing that we have to offer on my website right now is free shipping to any US customer when they purchase over $50. And just my way of saying thank you. I do see each of you as individuals. I see you making your orders, and I just want to say thanks. And so yeah, anything over $50 is going to be free shipping. I do also want to address really quick, since we're talking about shipping, my website's being such a stinker with shipping internationally, so I either have to way overcharge you guys for something or way undercharge because I don't want to explain it. It's like it's sent my mind into a dither lately trying to figure this out. So basically what we're going to do is I want you to, if you're international and you want to order, but you're going to email the address listed on there and let me know what you want to purchase, and then I will send you a PayPal invoice. That way I can charge you exactly what the post office is charging me and not charge you like $5 or $6 extra on top of it, just because that's the way the website is set up. Because I already feel bad for everybody internationally that shipping costs you so much as it is. I don't want to be charging you more than you already have to pay. So that was the best way that I could figure out to do it that felt you know, really fair for you guys. And I feel like there again was another way I could show customer appreciation for my international customers, you know, basically not overcharging you for shipping at all due to what my website's trying to like force me to do. It's just silly. It's because I have a website template. I'm not, you know, I don't really know how to program websites or anything, so I'm following a template, and it's kind of restricting me. So I don't want that on there, so that's how we're going to do international shipping. So it's all explained under the shipping tab on my website, so you can go check that out, and I will send these to you international. As you guys know, I do ship international. Alright, so the first polish I want to show you guys today is the namesake of the collection. This polish is called the Wayfinder, and so this is the polish for Moana. And when you look at Moana, well, she has a bunch of different colors on, but one of the predominant colors that she wears is this kind of clay red shade, and so this is the first cream in the collection. And yeah, it's basically just what it looks like. This is great in 2 coats. This doesn't have any shimmer or glitter in it or anything. So I've been listening to you guys, and a lot of you guys have been asking me where the creams are. You guys know I love cream polish. So this is the first one. There are going to be 4. Almost half of the collection is made up of creams. So yeah, this is the Wayfinder. The next polish in the collection is one of the 2 linear holographics, and this polish is called How Far I'll Go. And I have 2 kind of light lavender lilac-y shades in the collection, and this is one of them, but this is a linear holographic, so it's going to look very much more silvered than the other one. But actually, I feel like more than silver, this looks like a very light kind of gold because I added 3 different kinds of gold shimmer in here. So basically they're just different kinds of shimmer that I wanted to try out, and I felt like they all looked so different that they just kind of added a depth to this polish. And then I also added gold metallic flakies in here. They're small flakies, and so there really is a lot going on in this polish, but then of course when you take it outside you can still see beautiful linear holographic effects. So this is How Far I'll Go, and this is the part in the movie where she's I think she sings this song twice about feeling like she needs to do what the people on the island want her to do, but she's also trying to rescue her island, so she's trying to become, you know, she's trying to be brave and be more adventurous. And so as far as formula, I feel like you could probably even do this polish at 1 coat if you wanted to. I'm going to show you 2, so it might just depend on your bottle, because as you guys know with indie polishes, they do vary slightly bottle to bottle depending on the batch that I do. you know, because everything is handmade here in my home. With this particular bottle, when I went to go apply it, I felt like I got pretty great coverage at just one coat, but I'm going to show you two. The next polish in the collection is the multichrome I've put in here, and this is for the character Maui in the movie, and it's called the Shapeshifter. And I've been really wanting to try a multichrome polish, and when I made this, I absolutely fell in love. So there's some multichromes where they, well, actually I guess they're called duochromes, where they only go between two colors, you know, maybe like a purple to green. There's some that do 3. I went like straight for the most shifty thing you could find when I was looking through ingredients. I was like, yeah, let's just try like the most intense one. So this one goes from green to blue to violet to red. So in the live swatch, you're gonna mostly see one shade because it's under that one direct kind of lighting. But my photos are gonna show you in a bunch of different kinds of lighting, and I just love this polish so much. It's my baby. I have been putting it on more than any other polish in the collection. I really, really enjoy multichromes, and I didn't dilute this base with any kind of colorant at all, so the effect is really, really strong. I really, really love this, you guys. I hope that you enjoy it too. I also packed a ton of gold scattered holographic in here too, so when you take it outside, you're gonna see that rainbow effect. So yeah, this is such a favorite of mine, and I did this at 2 coats. You could do 3 if you want to, if you just want to absolutely make sure it's like super, super rich and deep. And of course, I always tell you guys with something like a multichrome, if you put it over a black polish, you'll get that effect in just 1 coat. But I have just been wearing this 2 coats on my own at home. Honest, I have not had to go for a 3rd. I've just been wearing it 2, and I've just been feeling totally great with it at that level of coats. So yeah, that's what I'm going to show you today. The next polish in the collection is one of the 3 glitters, and this one is called Drab Little Crab Once. And this is the polish for, is his name Tamatoa? That's what I keep calling him in my head. The big crab in there where they have to go fight and get Maui's hook from, and he's just so shiny, and well, this song is so shiny. And so I really wanted to make a pink for you guys because I hadn't had any pinks yet. I know that crabs aren't always like straight up pink, but I really wanted to make a pink. And then I put a lot of different things in here. So I put Chameleon Glitters, which basically means that it's shifting between like a orange to gold to green. So just depending on which way your finger is moving. And then I put 2 different sizes of light pink holographic glitters in here. So they're gonna look light pink at one angle and holographic at whatever other angle you're twisting your hand. And then I also added 2 kinds of shimmer, so it has gold and violet shimmer in there. So a lot going on, but I did that on purpose because the crab in the film is such a just big character that I really felt like I wanted this color to have, or this polish to have, a lot going on purpose. And so I just think this is it's really, really fun, you guys, and I hope that you enjoy, all of you who've been waiting for a pink from my line. And I'm going to show you this at 2 coats. I don't really think it needs more than that. And with the glitters in my collection, especially the 2, I'll mention them. One of them isn't quite as packed with glitters, but the 2 that really have a lot in there, as with any glitter, you're going to want to use maybe 1 or 2 coats of top coat just to kind of help even things out. I think that you'll end up liking it better that way. So anyway, this is Drab Little Crab Once. Alright guys, so this next polish in the collection is called In the Pacific. And this is a polish that I made purposefully to try to dupe the original formula of Sally Hansen Pacific Blue, the one that is no longer being sold in stores. I mentioned this in a Swatch Fest a while ago that I was going to try to do this, and I really feel like I have. So basically, like I mentioned in that Swatch Fest, in order to make a really bright color like this, I had to use a fluorescent matte pigment. That's what gave it this really, really bright look, and it did. It had a little bit of purple in it, and that's how I made it. So it's this really awesome fluorescent blue, a little bit of purple, and some white. And I asked people that don't even know anything about nail polish. I had them on my hands, and I couldn't get people to figure out which was which, the difference between Pacific Blue and my In the Pacific. So I'm really happy about that. I feel like I totally duped it. I do want to be really straightforward with you guys about 3 of the creams in my collection. The Wayfinder, the one that I already showed you earlier, doesn't apply to this because I formulated it completely different than these next 3 really bright creams that I'm going to talk about here. I detailed it on the website so you can go and read about it. It might be a lot more clear there than me talking about it here, but let me try to explain. So the pigment that I used to make this, it's a powder, and so when I was trying to mix it in my traditional way with my base to make the polish that I wanted, it wouldn't incorporate. And like it would incorporate kind of like halfway, but there would be these little bits. in the polish. Like imagine if you're mixing like cake and you have little bits of flour that don't incorporate, right? And so I had this really beautiful blue that I loved that had little bits in it. And I was like, oh no, I love this polish so much. Am I not going to be able to share it with you guys because it has these little stinking bits? So then I learned from a friend that a good way to try to incorporate them was to put them in a plastic bag, like put your whole mixture in a plastic bag and just squish it between your hands, roll it, use a credit card and try to get all those little bits out of it. I spent 2 entire days on this process trying to get every little bit out. And you guys, I was driving myself crazy. I just have to be honest with you. I didn't get all the bits out. You're going to see here in the live application that a little bit of the bits are going to show up. And because this is a dark, because the blue shade, the pigment that it is darker than this shade. This has a little bit of white added to it. So the little bits kind of stand out as a darker blue, tiny little bit. But I want to be completely honest with you guys and let you know this right now before you purchase, that they probably will be in your bottle, just because I spent so long on trying to get it and I couldn't get it out. But I feel like when you're looking at the live application, you're going to be able to see it because the camera's like right up there against it. You know what I mean? But do any of us really go like this when we look at our nails? I don't do that. I mean, I go like this far back, right? I don't know about you. So I really feel that while the live application is showing you a great representation of how the formula is applying, I think it's a great 2-coater. And it is accurately showing you that there are some little bits in your polish. I really feel like when you wear this, and this isn't coming from the standpoint of me just like trying to sell this on you. I want to make sure you know before you purchase. But I really feel like when you wear this, that what you're going to see is this bright, beautiful electric blue. So there you have all the information. I mean, now you're seeing it so you can actually see what I'm talking about. And yeah, it is going to show up a little bit when you're zoomed in really close up to your nail. Also, I don't know if you're noticing as I'm applying it, the actual act of brushing the polish on the nail tends to kind of like help to incorporate those little bits into the nail as well. I don't know, honestly, you guys, I went out of my mind trying to make this absolute perfection for you. But then it dawned on me one day and I was like, you know what, like on the second full day of trying to do it, I thought, you know what, this color is so beautiful. It's kind of like all of us. It has a little flaw to it. Maybe that's kind of like indie polish in general. I mean, not all indie polishes are flawed, but you know what I mean? Like it has a little flaw to it, but it's still so beautiful. So anyway, I am still putting it on my website for sale, even though it has a little flaw in it, because I do think the color is just so beautiful. And yeah, I just wanted to offer it to you. So I do have the creams for a slightly discounted price. Actually, it's like $3 less than every other polish. So 3 to 4. So anyway, this is in the Pacific. All right, the next cream in the collection is this really, really bright yellow. And like I mentioned before, I created this in the exact same way as the In the Pacific bright, bright blue shade. So I wanted a really bright yellow. I wanted a yellow in my collection that you really didn't need more than 2 coats on. And in order to do that, I again used the same kind of pigment. I worked for days to try to get it out. Unlike the blue, the little bits in this polish, which actually when I went to go apply this on my live swatch, I didn't see them at all. Maybe my eyes are, you know, not super great, but I didn't see them. Anyway, they're slightly different because yellow is such a light pigment. The ones that are unmixed don't really stand out against this. What you may find, if you find any in yours, are just like little bits that stand up against the nail. But like I said, I didn't really see any when I went to go apply this just now, which must mean that I really got them out of this one. So anyway, this is called also I Lassoed the Sun. So essentially, like with the blue, you guys, I hope that you just really appreciate the color. And I believe that when you have it on, you're not going to be able to see that. What you're going to see is this really bright color. I feel like this is great at 2 coats. You could go for a third if you really wanted to, but I feel like this is doable at 2. I've tried out a million yellows, and I feel like this stands up pretty great as a 2-coater yellow. So it's really bright. It's going to look just that bright on your nail. And yeah, this is the part in the movie where Maui's singing that song, You're Welcome. This is one of the lines from that song. So Yep, there's this one. Okay, the last cream in the collection, this is called I'm Not a Princess, and this is the part where Maui's calling her a princess and she's like, I'm not, and he's like, yeah, if you have an animal sidekick and you sing songs or whatever, you're a princess. He's just kind of making fun of the whole Disney characters there. So this is a light, kind of like an ultra or electric lavender. It's really, really bright, beautiful 2-coat cream, again, as you're gonna see. But just so you're fully aware, this was made with the same kind of pigment as the last two, like I mentioned. So this, again, you're going to see some little bits in there. And because the colorant is lighter, again, same as with the blue, the little bit, or excuse me, because the final color is lighter than the colorant I put in, they stand out a little bit brighter than like on the yellow. But as you watch me apply, you'll see that as I go to brush them, they kind of brush off, kind of incorporate into the polish. So you know, that's what the live application is for. I want you guys to see so that you know what you get before you purchase it, kind of. All of that being said, though, you guys, even though I'm telling you all this about these polishes, I really do love them a lot. So that's why I decided to put them in the collection anyway. So this is I'm Not a Princess, and I feel like this is great at 2 coats, and so, yeah. Alright, so the next polish is the other linear holographic, and this one is also my offering for the color of the year for Pantone's color they picked out, Greenery. This polish is called Heart of Te Fiti, and this, just like how it looks, it's a beautifully bright green, spring green linear holographic. I also put gold shimmer in here and rainbow flakes, so at certain angles when you have this on, you're going to be able to see a little rainbow color shifting on your nails besides even the linear holographic on top of that. So I feel like, again, here we have a pretty great 2-coater. You could maybe get away with 1 coat. I'm going to show you 2 though. I'm showing you 2 on everything so you know how it's going to look at 2. So yeah, this was actually the first polish that I created out of the whole collection. And if you've seen the film, the Heart of Te Fiti is the item in the film that is causing all the problems. So it has a really big role to play in the movie, and I really think this is a rather spectacularly bright linear holographic. If I do say so myself, you guys, I think you'll really like this. Alright, we have 2 more polishes left, and they are 2 more glitters. So first up, I have this blue, and this is called Village Crazy Lady. And if you haven't seen the film yet, Moana has a grandma that is the Village Crazy Lady just because she doesn't do what everybody expects her to do. She has these different kind of ideals or ideas about life than everybody else, and she doesn't just kind of like fly under the norm, which is important for Moana because she uses her as an inspiration to kind of break out and do what she needs to do. So because the Village Crazy Lady, or I can't think of her name right now because that's just what I think of her as, or Moana's grandma, because she's such an interesting dynamic person, I created another really packed curly glitter for you guys. So as you can see, this is kind of like a, when I went to color match this on Pantone's website, they're calling this an azure shade. It's kind of a light azure. It's similar to the Pacific color, but the Pacific color is darker and more purple in it. So anyway, that's the base, and then it has violet shimmers. It has fuchsia holographic glitters in there. It also has those chameleon glitters, so they're gonna go from orange to gold to green. It has some smaller, darker sapphire glitters in there. They're holographic glitters. And it also has scattered holographic in there that's very small and dainty, so it just kind of adds this extra lusciousness to the base. So actually, and this also has rainbow flakies. So like I said, you guys, there's a lot going on in here because that's how the woman is in the show, and I just really wanted to evoke that feeling on the nail. For this, you're gonna want 2 to 3 coats. It'll just depend on how you like to wear yours. So I'm gonna show you 2 here. So yeah, this is Village Crazy Lady. Alright, you guys, the very last polish in the collection is another of the first that I created, actually. And this is like a mossy fern curly base. It's really, really rich and lush looking. And then it's packed with these chartreuse and emerald glitters in there. They're actually holo glitters again. So what I mean every time I talk about a holo glitter is that it looks like its main color, and then when it turns to a different angle, you can see the little holographic shining off of it. So, and then additionally it has the gold scattered holographic just swimming all through this polish. Do you guys know that I like that, you know, scattered holographic? I really do, if you can't tell. So this one's called Motunui, and Motunui is the name of the island that Moana lives on, and it's just so beautiful. It's lush, it's dreamy, it's gorgeous, it's happy. That's where her family is, that's where her happiness is. So that's what this polish is for me, and it's just life. Like basically, I feel like this polish just kind of looks like life. But the base is kind of like this interesting kind of mossy shade. So as you're seeing, this is pretty great at 2 coats. I don't really feel like you need to go for the third. It just depends on how you know, heavy-handed you go with your brush or whatever. You could go for 3, I guess, if you wanted to have like more layers of the glitter in there. But anyway, I did 2, just like as with the rest. So this one is Motunui. Alright you guys, so that is the whole collection. As you can tell from the huge smile on my face in this entire video, I'm so excited to share it with you. Every time I come out with a new collection, it's like I have a new baby that I want to share with you guys. It just makes me so happy. I know that you guys have been looking forward to it, and I've been looking forward to it. So yeah, it's really fun for me to talk about. So I think that's going to be it, you guys. Thanks for stopping by for this review. Like I said, you can find the link in the description bar below if you want to go check them out and see. I did separate the polishes into a few different sets, and they are a little bit discounted in each set, but I separated them to like just the creams. Then I called them the shinies, I think, or so shiny when it's everything but the creams. And then I have a set on there for everything in the entire collection. And then of course you can buy them individually if you want to too. But the sets are each discounted a little bit. So I just want to kind of give you some different shopping options. And don't forget, if you are US and you spend over $50 on my site, that you will get free shipping, and that is my little gift to you. And I think that's gonna be it, you guys. I have waxed long about this collection, but I had a lot to say. I hope that you can feel the true intentions of my heart. All I ever want to do is bring you guys great polish and great colors and just share a bit of me with you. So yes, thank you for stopping by today. Thank you for everyone who's ever purchased from Moonshine Manny and has worn them on their nails and shared them with me on Instagram. It is just absolutely fantastic. I can't even tell you what it feels like. It really does feel amazing. I will go ahead and leave it there. I've already talked too much. Okay, you guys, so I will see you hopefully back for Swatched tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.